alive, I want to add Einstein to that list too.
Oh yeah. Oh definitely.
Oh yeah.
Listen, I'm tell y'all.
But I think he's gonna die. He's gonna die.
With
Everybody I said what out. Lamont's like, they're gonna die.
Wait a minute. But Larry, these are your rules.
Nah.
These are your rules.
I know. I don't like them though.
Trying to get these are your rules, man. Look,
hey, when D come wet up the projects, Einstein get hit too. Watch what
he getting hit.
No one take that's no.
I don't want that.
No.
Don't speak that into existence.
Look, we don't want it either. We don't want it.
There's no listen. He's in the game. It's not a happy ending type deal.
No.
Just because
They
he's
coming
an
for
innocent
him.
person and he's smart and he got potential, he got a future. That don't
No,
mean to
say
get
it's not so. Say it's not so.
See, one take looks like he went to the writing class I'm in because he just told y'all why they're gonna kill Einstein because he has a choice. He's smart. Franklin tried to take him under his wing a little bit. Leon tried to take him under his wing and say, "Look, bro, you smart, but you good with these numbers, man. Why you want to do this? Blah blah blah. You know, maybe we can get you some scholarship money or something." The minute Leon started talking that positivity, like Nas, his ass is gonna die like Rick Ross.
Hey,
gonna happen to
let
him.
me tell you, I hate to say this. I really hate to say this, but it's gonna be. He done applied to some school, and it's gonna be when he get that damn letter.
Oh no!
Oh, Ricky his ass.
Oh
Lord,
Ricky
his ass, man.
He gonna make it. He gonna make
Just
it.
don't go to SC. Just don't go to SC. It's too close to. It's too close to the neighborhood. Take yourself way up out of state. Go to Ohio State or something. Go to Boise. You know, maybe if you even stay in California, go up to Berkeley or maybe even if you're gonna stay close by, go to Pepperdine. Go someplace that's like away from the hood. You don't want people bumping into you when you're going to get something to eat at midnight.
He going to Winfield.
Yeah.
Cemetery.
He gonna make it.
All right.
I don't know, man. We got another super chat of my people. This is a long-time subscriber to all of our channels. It's Princess Reality. She says, Franklin felt bad, but knew they would kill them both if he showed it and wouldn't be able to save her. Yeah, he knew it. Franklin knew it. He knew it the whole time. And now, B. Avery, get ready, brother. You next. And this one right here, this one gonna be heavy, my brother. I'm just gonna warn you. So, Kane decides he's gonna go get these jailhouse rock niggas to see if they can get Louie to talk. And the main jailhouse rock nigga looked like he came from Snoop Dogg's house of haircuts. Okay, he got hair just like Snoop way back in the day. And let me show you what went down, my people, because it was about to be some mess. But the cavalry came in like the A-team, and they prevented it.
Take them motherfucking clothes off before I had to do it for you, bitch.
I'd rather take a fucking bullet.
They were facing her boys.
Me. Somebody sprinkle a rubber on me. I ain't trying to catch that die slow.
Kane still
No,
in there?
he did.
Nah, his lady paged me. I'm gonna let Kane know you here.
B. Avery. This nigga
put
looked
your
like
own
Die
rubber on.
Slow already. he looked like Die Slow. Talking about he ain't trying to catch her Die Slow. Nigga.
Somebody sprinkle rubber on me. You put your own rubber on.
I want to know, what kind of relationship does he have with the man working under him? Because if they're putting a condom on this dude, man, that's the lowest of the low right there. But
right.
Also, man,
what do you do for a living? I put a condom on a pimp. You know, what kind of job is that?
Well, I was gonna say, like, one thing is it should like hurt people, because I like that she called him out, like, oh, wait a minute, I see them scars on your chest. You've been turning tricks before you can probably get a hard on yourself, and that sucks. I hate that he had to go through that, but he's still disgusting, and he looks disgusting. I'm glad that all of these men died. I'm glad that he got a shotgun to the chest through the door from Jerome. And if any male out there watching this now or in 50 million years in the future, raping women or having sex with them, coming onto them, molesting them against their own will is disgusting. And you're the slime of the earth. if you partake in such diabolical activities. This was a very uncomfortable scene for me.
Beyond the Earth, because you said 50 million years in the future, so it might be that we might be on some other planet. So it doesn't matter where you are.
And,
the only way
you do it to men too. Same difference.
Right. Now look at this though. Now y'all may think I'm weird or something like that, but I have seen in some type of movies or television. I think it was some Russian antagonist bad guy, and what she would do with the people that she captured. If it was men, she would have dogs rape the men. And I think it was also in one episode of Black Mirror where they kidnapped some guy and they made a pig or a hog rape him in the morning, and they recorded it. And that was like, hey, you either do what we say or we're going to upload this video to the internet of a hog raping you. And he did it. You know, now if somebody comes after my family, after my family, and then I would do that as payback. Like if somebody kidnaps and rapes my wife, I'll get a dog or a horse and lock you in a room with them or something like that. But other than that, it's that's gross. You know.
What the?
Yeah.
Be Avery.
We just went off the road.
I think Jennifer know what I'm talking about.
Wow.
Y'all, we were just riding, we just cruising.
You're completely off the rails.
I got so many questions about that.
I feel like I'm on topic. I feel like I'm right on topic.
He is completely on topic because on this channel, any parallel you can draw can go as long as it's up for debate.
This applies.
It applies, baby. It applies. So it was like the dogs went from humping to really pumping these dudes in the butt.
Yes. That was on some. It was some show in the past 10 years.
I'm about to join Lamont.
I'm serious. They didn't show it. No, they didn't show it, but it was some type of movie or television show. I mean, this has happened more than once in television. You've never seen that story point where
I don't use that kind of cinema in my life.
Man, what is that show? Y'all help me on the comment. Yeah, Jennifer, it's a Black Mirror episode. You see, put a comment up. She know what I'm talking about.
Okay. I got you, Jen. I got you, Jen.
Yeah.
I got you.
And in this episode, they kidnapped someone in a barn and they knocked him out. And they drugged him or knocked him out, and they had a giant, like 500 pound hog rape him, and they recorded. Now they didn't show it on the show, but that was the story was. And he woke up and they was like, "Hey, so we kidnapped you, we knocked you out, you passed out, and while you was asleep, here's a video of a hog raping you." And of course, he's mortified. They was like, either push the policy through or do this, or we're gonna upload it to the internet. And
I'm thinking of a different Black Mirror episode. Because the one I'm thinking of was when like the politician dude got his daughter kidnapped, and they said you have to have sex with this pig on camera, and then everybody was in their house waiting for him to have sex with his pig, and they just so happened to drop his daughter off while he was doing that. So he never even had to do it. But listen, that's why I don't watch Black Mirror. Like
so, Kirsten McCoy got the comment too. So to make it circle back around, let's say that Louie, a woman, raped my child, my son or my daughter. If Louie did that, then I will go and get a hog or a dog and have them take care of Louie. It's payback. That's the only time it's excusable.
Or you could just kill her.
You could do that too.
You could just kill her. Or
not enough for me.
Okay. So if B. Avery want real street justice, you can take that same hot ass crowbar that Kane was using to put a K on her chest. You can take that crowbar and put it up her butt crack.
Nope.
Tyler said, "Just walk away."
What has happened to this? What happened? We have the balls.
This applies. See, she know what I'm talking about too. I ain't weird, you know.
There's something wrong with our voice of reason in this conversation. Something's really wrong.
Thank you, Tyler. Tyler, thank you for the super chat.
Thank you, Tyra. Thank you for B. Avery super chat, my sister. And by the way, Tyra does a great YouTube channel, and she oftentimes partners with B. Avery and his brand of craziness. If you want to promote this
channel,
was
crazy, man.
Hey man.
Wow.
Hey man. I ain't do not be off. I'm letting everybody in the chat know, everybody on YouTube, do not piss me off. He going to the extreme.
Yeah, don't come after mine. Don't come.
My goodness gracious.
Rottweilers, whatever he can find, man. Just stay away from
Hey, one take. Remind me never to go to the state fair with B. Avery.
Oh, damn.
That's new meaning to your ass. Fuck. I'm not going nowhere with animals and B. Avery ever.
Man.
Oh, my
B.
God.
B. Boy, B.
Oh, my Lord.
Man,
My stomach hurting, man. I did abs today.
They said he ain't playing, bro. Don't play with his, dog.
Oh, man.
Wow. Okay. Well, fellas, the next one, God. Okay. The next one go to my main man, Larry, man. So, Larry, I got a video for you, my brother. My brother. The cavalry comes to the rescue. The A-team, minus having a black dude in it, they come to save Louie. You get first comment after we see this final clip.
No! Jerome! No! Stop! No! Jerome! Baby, wake up. Don't leave me. Jerome, get up. No! Wake up! Don't leave me. Get up. Sister, get up. Jerome.
Larry, man, jeez, bruh. Did you see the looks on everybody's face? Scully was shot. He had a crazy look. Leon looked. Louie screaming and just, I don't know how she was able to conjure up such a shrieking, painful scream, but she did it. And then just Franklin sitting back saying, and shedding a tear. Larry, man, floor is yours, man. That's some heavy stuff right there, bro. That's heavy.
I have two main points about this scene. One, I think Jerome committed suicide. I don't think he. Okay. I think he knew when he was in that situation, because I think Kane through his entire run that we've seen, as brutal as he's been, has been ruthlessly honest. And I believe when he said, "You take your girl and we walk away. You let me through that door, we walk away." And we just call it even. You did your worst, I did my worst, and you let me go, I let you guys go, we're done. We call it. I believe in that moment. I mean, he's been honest about everything else. I believe he would have walked away and they would have called it even. But Jerome said, nah. I think he wanted to die. He already wanted out the game. He was talking about going to Jamaica. I think he recognized that he's never going to get away from this stuff. As long as he has Louie in his life and all this crap in his life, he's never going to get away from the chaos. And I think he figured either I'm going to die in this moment or she's going to die in this moment. And either way, I'm going to be free of it. And so I think in one sense, I think he just committed suicide, because he could have just said, okay, cool, be out. Because like they've been talking about this whole thing about these OGs having a code. He knows Kane is an OG. He knows he has a code. He knows that if he agreed to it, he would have walked out, but he didn't. And even if he shot him, what was he gonna do? You had Scully, Leon, and Franklin right there. If he would have shot Jerome, they all would have lit him up. And so I think he just committed suicide. But here's my other point. I think Franklin should have killed. I think he should have killed Louie right there. As soon as Jerome was dead, there was no need for Louie to exist anymore. He should have put a bullet in their head.
Jesus
and
Christ.
he should have been done with it. He should have just walked over and just said, "Blow, done."
What's the point of trying to save her if you just gonna kill her in the end?
Because he wasn't trying to save Louie. He was trying to do this for his uncle. He was trying to save Louie for Jerome. Jerome's dead. There's no need for Louie to exist anymore.
That defeats the whole purpose of y'all going through Jerome and everybody going through all of that.
No, I get what he's saying. He's saying, yeah, Jerome's dead. He said he wasn't Franklin wasn't saving Louie to save Louie. He was saving Louie for Unc.
You kill her. You immediately spit on what your uncle was trying to do. Immediately spit on it.
Your uncle's dead. You're not spitting on anything. He's dead.
Yeah. Depends on how she behaves.
I'm with one take.
You're not spitting on it. He's dead. He chose his path. He decided in that moment he wanted to die. So you're not spitting on anything. He decided to leave his wife in that moment. He decided to say nah and pull the trigger and start shooting it out.
So what's Kane shot first? Kane shot first.
Nah, he said whoever shot first, he could have agreed to let everybody walk away and be done, but he said nah, and then started firing. So the point is, he knew what he was getting into. But my point still remains is that once he's dead, there's no reason for Louie to continue to exist on this plane. Franklin should have taken her off the board right there.
I'm not killing her after that.
He should have taken her off the board.
I'm gonna come to you one take, but let me shout out one of the livest audiences in all YouTube right now, fellas. We crossed another milestone: 510 people in one Thursday night. Wow, they love the DX black version. They love the black version of DX. I got to get this band back together another time. And before I head to you one take, I got another super chat from Podcast. He says, "I think Louie is talking to Teddy in the upcoming episode. I believe she's attempting to set up Teddy by blaming Franklin for everything." Well, she gonna blame Franklin anyway, and I think that my theory might come out where Sissy's gonna have to be the one to give Louie the hot one. The fact that Jerome is dead makes me believe that that's gonna happen even more. But back to you one take. What did you think about this ending of episode 6 and how Jerome went out, and should Franklin have went ahead and shot Louie in the head? Where you at with all this?
I wholeheartedly disagree with him shooting her, especially after that. Now that was a situation. I don't care what Kane tell me, man. We just killed your people. You just branded my old lady. I ain't put my gun down. I don't care who behind me. Whatever. It's a standoff. And he pushed Louie out the way and started shooting at Jerome. Of course, Jerome gonna shoot back. I mean, it was a situation. Jerome knew what he was getting into, going over there to say, Louie, I can make it out, or I might. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, I'm trying to go get my, you know what I'm saying, my old lady that I love and whatnot. Also, something I just gotta mention. I think somebody probably should have reminded Scully that he was shot, because I still to this day don't think Scully knew he was shot. Scully was just on there chilling, a whole bullet hole in it. He was chilling the entire time. Maybe he was on some of the drugs he been putting.
He was on the mushrooms.
I don't know, but Scully was straight.
Scully's on some other level. Man, he's on a different level.
I'm looking like, ain't that in your heart? But cool, whatever. But that whole
got to get that bullet out your heart.
That when Louie on the ground,
right? Get that bullet out your heart.
Yo, when Louie was on the ground and screaming, even when you just played it, like it gives you chills, because like that was some great acting. And then I love how they did with Franklin. It was just like you get no response, you just sit on. And Leon in disbelief is just like, man, I'm still in this. Like, why? What the fuck am I doing, bro? I'm still in this. And then Franklin in disbelief. He shed that, you know, that long tear, just like, damn, bro, what have we done? Like, this is what Jerome was talking about the entire time. At the beginning of this episode, this is what Jerome was talking about. And then, unfortunately, this is how it ended for him. Before he got a chance to get away, go off and do something else, live a better life, stop selling Christ to all these people, it just caught up to him. You know what I'm saying? Dang. It's sad though, but man, that was shout out. I seen your video earlier, Lamont. Shout out to Lamont, Joseph.
Yeah,
fantastic, just fantastic work.
Yeah, man.
And Damson up there channeling Denzel again with his one tear, like from Glory. You know,
Larry, that wasn't nothing but spit he put on his finger and went like this.
Don't do that, Mike. Don't do that.
No, I'm just playing. Like, B. Avery, you get the last word on this whole thing. And I'll say this to one take. Yeah, I met Amin and I met Angela, and I love them both. When I tell you these people are cool, they actually let me sit down with them, eat. Like, I mean, they cool as hell, man. Like
Yeah.
for real. So when I'm critiquing them for their acting, I keep wanting to call them by their real names because they made me feel that ingratiated to meeting them. And we wasn't even talking about Snowfall. I mean, we didn't even get a chance to talk about Snowfall. But they are like that people. So Angela Lewis, who plays Louie, and Amin Joseph, who plays Unc, in real life, these two, or at least the time I met them, were two of the coolest MFers you're going to meet. And it's hard for me to talk shit about Louie, but I mean, she's the dragon bitch up here, so I mean, it is what it is. Even though I love you, Angela Lewis, B. Avery, you closing, baby. You closing us out. Talk to me about this ending scene.
Yeah, I will say this, addressing Larry first. When you first said that Jerome committed suicide, I was like, what the hell? That don't make no sense at all. But you kept going. I was like, actually, that's a decent point.
Yeah.
I didn't really look at it that way. That, you know, I don't think he did, but you know, that's not too far fetched. You know,
it could be an out.
Yeah,
it could definitely be an out for him.
It's like suicide by cop, but suicide by gangster.
And I don't know. I'm not necessarily thinking. I mean, Jerome was probably being irrational in the moment, but I don't blame him. He was just in a gunfight, and his wife is beaten and, you know, bruised right in front of him. So, you know, he may not. I mean, he bust into the room, not knowing how many men was in there. You know, it could have been 5 dudes on the other side of the door. He just ran in there, you know, with his pistol up in the air. You know, so that's not the smartest thing. He just kind of, I don't want to say worked out in his favor, but at least for that entrance. But I don't think when I say all that being irrational, I don't think he was just thinking clearly enough to accept Kane's offer to say, okay, hey, you can have her. Let's walk away. You know, live to fight another day. I don't think that he was in that right mindset to make that logical decision, because that would have been the smartest thing to do. But you know, he didn't do that or whatever. I mean, he wasn't thinking straight. He could have waited for Leon and Franklin to come in there, but you know, because they had the upper hand. But like all of y'all said, man, well, going even back, the acting was great across the board. Yeah. Even when Louie was addressing Jerome in the house when he was sober, you know, he didn't say anything. It was just nothing but facial expressions and mannerisms and him shifting his weight and rocking back in his forearm, squinting his eyes, you know, breathing heavily. And it was so convincing, like, you evil, ignorant little girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can give you $1 billion and you will complain because of some quarters, you know, type of thing.
And she kept responding with me. It was never about them. It was never about the us factor. It was always me.
Yeah. And I liked how each of them played it. I mean, even though I don't like Louie, she acted her butt off. You know, Leon, like you said, was like, man, what am I doing here? Nodding his head. And Franklin sitting in the chair, you know, crying. You know, because at one point I was like, do you really not care about Jerome? Because in episode 2, when he pointed the gun in his face at the end in the diner, I was like, man, you know, he really don't give a damn about him anymore, but he clearly does. And, you know, it was a great performance to show that. So it sucks, man. But Louie, this is your fault. Louie, this is your fault. Ladies out there, don't be like Louie. And if you're, and the thing about it is, I like that they addressed that it's not her fault, you know, because it's not Louie's fault. But at some point in time, you do have to realize that you could be a cancer and you have to try to seek help in some way. And she never did that. I know they didn't have better help in the 80s, but still, you know, this is all her fault in a way.
Wow. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think we can do any much more damage tonight. I think we've taken this show upside, downside, in between, and broke it down.